Did I know we were going to get ditched today? Yeah, I didn't plan on it at all. You know what I mean? I know how these celebrities are. You just put 2 in?
Yeah, I usually do for the show.
Wow, look
Always
at
do.
you.
I even got, is that wintergreen?
You big boying now.
That's what I always do.
I feel like you just, you got more camo. Like your camo is alive now. You just start putting titties in. Wow.
We're going. We're starting.
I'm going to do one while I get the coffee going.
We'll see. Yeah, I did one in the morning. Usually pop one before as I'm taking Jeri to school. Finish off the coffee with it. I did notice when you got the mint, any kind of mint flavor, and a hazelnut coffee, it tastes like a Christmas cookie.
It does.
And it kind of makes me happy. Yeah. Speaking of Christmas, we're like fucking 10 weeks away from Christmas, something like that.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm getting anybody.
That's almost sickening, isn't it, to think about that?
Stop the train real quick. Now, I think I will get Macon. I don't know. I mean, do I get it now or let's just wait till Christmas? If I was going to get him a 4-wheeler.
Oh, yeah.
So do you let them not have it for 2 months?
No, because now's the best riding time.
I know.
Now's the best riding time. You should just get it now and tell them, look, this is a Christmas present. You know what I mean? From Dad.
He don't know what the hell that means.
Who cares? Just give it for him. Give it to him. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? You want to rob him for 2 months of the best riding
that way
weather?
He can ride ride to the 4 hour.
You guys go down the farm. Yeah, you kill a deer. Let him drag it out with that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tie it to the back of it.
Yeah.
Pull it out. I would suggest getting a 110 with a governor on it.
A 110.
Yeah, Jerry's 4-wheeler that's little is a 110 actually.
I was just going to do a Yamaha 50.
Yeah, but he'll outgrow that.
That's okay.
Get that,
and then Ellie gets it.
Get that Japanese piece of shit that I have. That's a 110.
No, I'm not buying these pieces of shit. I'm going to get a Yamaha 50. He's going to drive it. He can actually steer it, control it, and then it'll go down to Ellie. Then he'll get a 110.
Yeah. So Jerry's birthday is the 19th. I'm getting him a gas
These
dirt
are
bike.
gross.
You don't like that? I'm not a fan. They didn't have the mint one, the peppermint, so I just got the.
I'm not going to waste it.
I'm not going to fucking eat it.
I'm going to save it. But that tastes like, I'm going to ruin it for you, like if you had grabbed the urinal cake out of the, you know what I mean?
That is aggressive.
Is it not the urinal cake? It's the urinal cake.
I don't think so. I thought it was a better taste than the normal wintergreen, because sometimes the wintergreen pouches taste too much like tobacco wintergreen.
That was gross.
Not that bad. Tom's being dramatic. Fucking dramatic.
All right.
So yeah, I'm getting little Jerry a gas dirt bike for his birthday.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Little Polestar. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you just want to buy mine and just give that to him?
That's too big.
Yeah.
Can't put his feet down.
No, you can't.
I want that for me.
And it actually goes really fast.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into today.
Okay.
Because today's weird. I mean, I almost feel weird about today. It's changed. There's going to be some sad moments. I already know ahead. We're going to get deep into life. It just is what it is.
Life be lifing.
So let's jump in. Welcome back to Doodads. Thanks for participating today. We really appreciate you guys. We have been growing. The numbers have been going up. The views have been going up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So just so you guys know, we made $3. What was that, last month?
Yeah.
Whew. Thank you guys. We're rich.
$3.
Thank you for listening to our ads.
Bro, I can't wait to have Taco
We're not
Bell.
going to bomb this thing with ads. We're just, that's the amount of views we have.
Yeah.
Fast forward through it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Who cares? Let's get to our fishing report. All right.
It can't be much. Fuck.
I don't know. Dude, it was like 80 degrees down in Virginia this weekend. Let me start with my fishing report because it was amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that instead. Let's do your.
Fuck Delaware.
Yeah. Let's do that Thai River fishing report. That good stuff.
First off,
set the stage.
Set the scene. God already said it. It's beautiful there. Okay.
It is.
The water's flowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just going along.
Oh, boy.
We go down the rocks. I noticed it's a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower.
Okay.
I was like, that's good.
Now you can see some structure.
Well, yeah, and they're going to be a little more concentrated. I'm like, this is come on. It was like the perfect low. Just like maybe like just a few inches a little bit lower. I was like, this is perfect. Just a little concentrate on them. You know what I mean? So we wake up. And I have never had success in a river early in the morning.
Okay, you said that.
I've said that before. So I waited till we didn't get in the water until probably 12 o'clock.
Oof.
Maybe even almost 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, cause it's just mountains. It takes a lot longer for the sun to come up, warm that water up. And I thought we were going to have to warm it up anyway cause it's going to be cold. Got in, refreshing.
Yeah.
The water was there was no bite to it. I thought we were going to do the shin burner.
Yeah.
You know, numb the shins and then go in and like, it was just nice. Got in and, right away it's like everybody was there, like, you know, like everyone's there on a big rock, you know, right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just started walking off, right? I'm just kind of casting as I'm walking out to my spot. And eventually it was so nice so quickly because it's like when another boat like pulls away, it's like you hear them. And they're like, even though I can look back at them, I can't hear nobody no more. Like, and just like me and Drew are like, it's on, baby. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's just like the views and that. It's so, you know, I said, Drew, it's going to change 4 times. Like it's going to change 4 times. And it's going to be the best stuff ever. Like we're going to go from loud rapid to just quiet little like creek feeling.
Yeah.
We're going to go one poopy spot. It's kind of really muddy bottom. And then we're going to see the trench, a big trench that's carved out. Have you ever seen that on that property?
No, I've never walked there. I've driven to a couple spots there on machines, but
one of the turns there is a big rock ledge, but it's halfway into the river. It's also about probably at its deepest, maybe like 8 foot deep.
Oh, yeah.
And so it has like it's like someone had made like this earthly little tunnel right through the river, and it's crystal clear, nice rock ledges. So we're walking, and then and eventually I get a little one, because we're like the water's a little bit thinner. We're going over like the rocks, the pebbles, and then we get to like the good rock.
So you're catching?
I was catching.
Little smallmouth,
little smallmouth, and then we get to a really solid rock ledge, like it's just like because you know how Virginia's like layered, it's just. You know what I mean? It's like layered. And we get over top a nice one, a little deeper of water. I was like, yo, Drew, this is going to be it. And we just start. And then like they're just getting bigger and bigger.
Hell yeah.
And eventually I looked at Drew. Drew didn't get any at that time. I was like, you sure you don't want one of these? I just put on the green and yellow, like the most common, like rooster tail, a little bit bigger one, oversized, I guess.
A little flash to it, little spoon on there.
Little golden spoon on it. I had a couple other ones for backup, but they were hitting nice. The sun was out. Like they were just
getting me juiced up.
Dude, they were hitting hard. I caught probably, if not 30, over 30.
No shit.
I caught a lot.
That's
like it was getting crazy.
Yeah.
And I also was like,
and Drew was catching nothing.
And
he wouldn't change.
He wouldn't change. He's too hard headed.
God, you can't be that way.
He's like, look, I was like, do I have the same? I have another one of the same lure on me right now. I'll throw it to you real quick. Like
too prideful,
too prideful in the water.
I mean, you can't do that. It's not you. It's the fish.
Hopefully
that's what they want.
Hopefully his ego got washed out. You know what I mean? So he eventually he started walking quicker, trying to get to. He was doing what I've done before, where you think the next hole is going to be the next best thing.
Oh yeah.
And then you get up there like, it doesn't look like it. It's not his. It didn't look how it looked, 50 yards away.
Yeah.
Where I knew this time, like I took my time, dude.
Yeah.
I slowed down. I hit everything, dude.
Well, why would you leave fish to go try to catch fish? Right.
That's a good. Why would you leave fish to go try to catch fish?
Yeah, they're there. You know what I mean?
I caught a ton, and also made a homemade little trot line. I just I took I was like, sure, I don't have anything to really carry these fish. I was like, because the guys were like, hey man, it's been a while since you brought some back to fry. I was like,
fuck yeah.
I was like, challenge accepted.
Oh hell yeah.
So I grabbed found some twine, and then I just made a little
stringer.
I just made a loop with like probably 8 feet worth of twine. I found a nail.
Hell yeah.
I was like, because I remember the kid having those little ones, what I mean? And I would just put a little nail on it so I could feed it through the gill.
Yep.
Just whoosh,
find a way to win.
And they're just swimming with me. So I kept 8 of them.
Hell yeah.
And we fried it up.
They were good?
They were good. It could have been better if we had a sharp-ass knife. There ain't a sharp knife to be found at Ty River.
You didn't bring a nice fillet knife with you?
No, I did not. You know what?
Were you underprepared, or do you think that's
just barely.
Like bad juju?
Just barely. No.
You're always just barely underprepared.
Yeah, I mean, when you're leaving for that trip, you're like, at some point, you're like, fuck, let's just go, dude. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, no, I know.
But it was beautiful. And at one point, Drew was like, fuck, he put the rod down. He was just swimming in the water. He was getting the Sasquatch on.
Oh, dude.
Damn, it is beautiful. But the changing of the creeks and everything, dude, And then like there was good parts were flowing, and I got some really big ones after I've already caught a ton. And at some point I just started letting them go. The big ones I was like, I have enough.
Yeah. You only take what you need.
Well, I was talking to, I was out there. I needed this trip. I needed this trip for my ego.
Yeah.
Needed this trip for like some rejuvenation, some motivation in my life because I'm such a piece of crap to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, all right, God, thank you for this wonderful day, this wonderful fish. I said, let me get like 2 more. Let me get 2 more good ones to bring in to the guys. You know what I mean? And I did. I got 1 more good one. And then I got another good one. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be greedy though. I'm going to put this one back.
You wanted 2 more.
I wanted 2 more, but I was there because I've been greedy with myself, eating too much, drinking too much. So I said, you know what? We're here for that reason. Mm-hmm. You gave it to me. Mm-hmm. It's my job to put one back. I'm such a piece of poop.
That's putting the good stuff into the universe.
Come on.
You can't just take all the time. Mm-hmm. You can't just take. You have to give.
You gotta give.
Isn't that amazing that like just some nature is like the best medicine?
I mean, it's you can't get more real than that.
Gosh, dude.
You can't get more messages in one it takes 5 hours to do that walk.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
So you come back, it's dinner time now.
I told Justin, said, hey, because we took the 4-wheelers down to the end of it. I said, there's a little fire, the little rocks, a little fire ring. I was like, man, just make me coals. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I came back. There was I called it a sad fire. I was like, I just came back. They boys have thought I was like, they're like, we didn't know where you're at, man. It's been like 5 hours. I'm like, yeah, it's the same every time. It's 5 hours, and there's parts where you just cannot get to me.
You ought to know.
There's just you're not getting to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, thanks for a sad fire. He's like, well, it was good for 2 hours ago. You know what I mean? I was like, you didn't even leave me any Survivor beers. Like I came up dry. You know what I
mean? That's a little disappointing because I don't think there's a better fireman than Justin.
Yeah.
He's like the best fireman. He's the guy at the party that keeps the fire going.
Yeah.
He's the guy that starts it. You know what I mean? You want to find Justin, he's somewhere poking, prodding the fire. You know what I mean? He's the man. So that's a little disappointing that he didn't have you set up for success.
I know.
God damn it, Justin. I know you're listening. I'm so bummed I missed that trip, man.
That fishing was that is nice. That is like what I needed.
Ryan sent me a couple pictures of like, the barn at nighttime and like breakfast and on the griddle and man.
Cakes on the grill.
You had a good.
It's funny. We do. Thank God, I'm a country boy.
You had a good crew down there too, man.
We had a good crew. It was a good time.
Did you guys any night just get fucking sloshed?
No,
just get stupid?
No. But the goal was not to do that.
Okay.
The one night we started telling stories of all our, escapades and all our doing nights and like that one I might have put down by myself about half a bottle of Crown.
Yeah. There's a good.
I was like, I'm not drinking any more of this beer.
Yeah.
Whatever it's beer. Just give me like bottle of Crown.
Yeah.
I was just swigging. I forgot.
What the fuck, man?
Shit, dude. Don't tell nobody.
Oh, dude.
Right, so
that was a
great fishing trip. That's my fishing report. I had a bomb fishing report.
Yeah. Get yourself into creeks.
Now, let's do something we haven't done in a while.
Okay.
Let's do an unboxing.
Oh, yeah. Unboxing from, who's this from? Dale Brisby.
This is from Rodeo Time. Okay. Shout out to Dale Brisby.
Yeah.
Remember Rodeo Time?
We're still waiting for that podcast invite. I mean, we have to revisit that. I know we're small. You know what I mean?
Small. Hey, he said it doesn't end.
Yeah.
Open invitation. I'd imagine he's probably like, why don't you just get your asses down here? If you want to be on the big boy show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to open that up with a 223. Yeah. No problem.
Find a way to win.
Yeah.
You got to be strong. Oh, my God. Tom is just, it's like a bull in a china shop in here.
Right.
This is a serious box.
This is a serious box for a serious reason.
It almost looks like we've got to put shit together.
Okay. A serious box for a serious reason.
Oh, okay? Come on.
Brother.
Come on, man.
Oh. Now look here, okay? We're doing it, dude.
Oh. Look at this. Look at this, man. Come on.
I gotta be honest, 7 1/4. It's fresh. It needs a stretch, but yeah, I got the Dale Brisby.
It does look. It does look crisp. It looks rigid and crisp.
Man, this looks like it's already got some stains on it. It's been used before, like.
Maybe it was a return.
No, I don't know.
I see the vents on the top there. It's definitely a summertime hot weather hat, huh?
Yeah. So full time, winter time, down in Texas, it's always hot, but they say once it's like cold out, then you go to black hats or you go to felt.
Yeah, felt.
Straw for the,
Yeah.
Okay.
Stretch her out. Cowboy hats out of the way.
Let's start with Macon shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Got one for little Macon. All right.
Fuck yeah.
Got a little Jagger on there. That's J.B. Mooney's son.
Oh, nice. That's good shit there.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's see what else we got.
Was this a late night purchase? Was this a late night sitting in the office by yourself purchase, or were you on your phone?
Yeah, well, I knew I wanted to do the purchase.
Okay.
It wasn't that late. No,
okay.
No.
It wasn't an impulse buy.
We'll buck anything.
Oh, yeah. That's a shit.
You like?
That's a shit.
Yeah. I don't remember which one I got for you. I don't think it was a snake. I think that one was for Daddy. All right.
I actually got a little story I might share with.
Hoodie. Radio Time hoodie.
That's for me?
Yeah.
You got the hood over top of it. You can't even see what the fuck it says,
sorry.
bro.
That's my bad.
Oh, God, knocking shit over. This is fucking mayhem here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Radio Time. Thanks, Thomas.
You're so welcome.
That's a good hunting hoodie there.
That is a good hunting.
That's a good hunting hoodie.
And we have here.
I like that one too.
Rock or die, baby.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. How many Rodeo Time shirts and apparel do you think you have?
Honestly, now that probably makes at least 8 shirts. I'd imagine.
That's a whole wardrobe for a man. 8 shirts is a whole wardrobe.
It is. And
then you got all your contracting shirts and the shit you get, from vendors and
too many hats.
Wrights Construction and
people try to give me stuff.
First State Decks.
I just say no. LifeMed was so weird when they're like, "You sure you don't want a shirt?" I'm like, "No, I don't want any. I have so much stuff."
I got a shirt at the golf outing from LifeMed, and I forgot to get it from somebody. Remember when he said they gave out 30,000 shirts during the White Marlin Open?
What?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I was distracted.
That's fucking bananas.
Wow.
Do you remember the girl's name that was with him?
Yeah, I can look at my phone. They all text me because we got to set up that LifeMed.
Yeah, he wants to be on the show. He wants to have their PR guy be on the Dude That show. I think it's pretty cool. He asked us. We didn't ask him. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Follow up on that. Let's make that happen.
Follow up.
We've talked about LifeMed enough.
Yeah.
They ought to fucking sponsor us, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on. That's what we'll do. It looks good.
It's more comedic because it's taller.
It's definitely taller. It's definitely you got to.
Am I going to use this today to talk about our topic? Probably not. You know what I mean? If I were to say it for the next day, you know what I mean?
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good shit. That's phenomenal. You got your cowboy hat on top of deer, nobody can see.
Yeah,
but it's all good.
Okay,
back to it.
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Welcome back again. We're in it today. We're talking about some death.
Yeah, that was it's been a pretty rough week. I think we've talked about it before, how Tom lost his dad to, his battle with addiction. And, we've talked about how, my sister has struggled over the years, with it as well. And I hate to say it this way, but finally got that phone call. Mm-hmm. You kind of always knew was a chance to happen, but you just hoped it didn't happen. Wednesday morning when, my mom called me and told me that my sister passed away.
Yeah.
And it was was never great timing, right? But I'm in the middle of coaching my last CrossFit class. My last day, I told you I was stepping away from coaching CrossFit for a little while.
Yeah.
Wednesday morning, coaching 5 a.m., all the coaches showed up to work out in the group, they put together a nice little slideshow for me and, said some nice words. And
this all happened the same day? This is how it has to happen.
It is how it happens, right? And it was great. This is all good terms. This is all leaving on good terms.
This is 5 in the morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning?
It was the 5 a.m. group.
Yeah.
So I'm coaching a 5 a.m. group about, I don't know, man, it might have been like 5:15. We're rocking and rolling, and I had my phone in my hand because I was using the timer.
Yeah.
And as I'm looking at the timer go off, my mom starts calling me.
And she don't ever call you at this time?
No.
And so what are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
This ain't
like
good.
There's nothing good that is coming from
She
this.
ain't never calling me at 5:30 in the morning.
No. And,
most calls at 5:30 in the morning, unless you're in construction, ain't coming in good.
No. And she knows I coach Wednesday morning. You know what I mean? So, I just quickly texted her and just said, hey, I'm coaching. Is everything okay? And she just responded, no. I go, fuck. Because usually she'll say like, hey, everything's all right. Call me when you can. Yeah. And so it's kind of like ignored that. And I got to a certain point a few minutes later where I had a minute. Yeah. I told George, the owner, because he was there working out too. And I said, hey, man, just give me a quick second. I got to run outside and make a phone call. She said, yeah, no problem. So I got there, called my mom. And she answers the phone, just bawling her eyes out. And she just said, Stacy's dead. And I'm like, I just went fucking deaf. Like, I've never had that really happen to me before. She started rambling some stuff. I don't even remember what she said. And I just was just like, are you okay? Right. Cause like my mom's older. She's got little health problems, little things going on. Which I'll kind of come back to that in a little bit. And she's like, I'm fine, and I said, give me a little bit and I'll get up there. And she said, well, you can't come. Like, she's like, I can't leave the house. No one can come here because at this point now it's a crime scene. Now it's all the police are there. She said, had a house full of police, medics, all that stuff it was like a process to it. Right. Yeah. And, so I get off the phone and I just buried it deep inside me and went about the business. I was like, all right, well, I got shit to do. Went inside, George just says, he said, hey man, is everything all right? I was like, no, not really. He's like, all right, well, let me know if you need to go or whatever. Went about it, finished the group. Yeah. Kept good attitude. And I wasn't about to ruin everybody else's, like they did all these nice things for me. I'm not going to take away from that. I still haven't told them.
That's the challenge of being a man. It's like, hey, you know what? This is your moment to put it in the back and get this done.
And that is exactly it. You just got to be a man and you got to deal with what you're dealing with. Yeah. And, left. I called my mom right away and I said, look, I'm sorry. You're going to have to like tell me again because I don't fucking remember what you said. Like, how did this all go? And she just kind of broke it down and, how she was woken up and couldn't get into the room because my sister was on the floor blocking the door. Yeah. And the door would only open a little bit and she's reaching in, shaking her. Stacy, go and get up. And that's a
terrible view.
Yeah. And like she can't, she could just feel that she was like clammy, she said. And, called 911. The cops got in there, and it was like right after that, the cops just said she's gone. And that was it. And then, mom had her moment. The worst thing, I mean, she had to stay there. She couldn't leave. Yeah. Because now they got to wait for them to clear that room. They got to wait for the medical examiner, and I guess the state only has one medical examiner. So if they're busy or whatever they're doing, you have to wait until they get there. Yeah. And then the medical examiner comes in, and then they've got to remove her. So it was like, I don't know, 9:30. When they finally got her out of there. So like 4 or 5 hours, she's just in the house and with the police. And, she said one of the police officers, I can't remember his name. I actually hunted it down. I got his name and email address. I'm going to email him because she was like, he was phenomenal. Like he was so good at his job. Yeah. Like keeping her level headed and like talking to her and kind of distract her. Apparently he's a county guy that lives here in Smyrna. Oh, really? Because, he was telling me all about his family and he lives down in Smyrna, Clayton area and, all this stuff. So I used some of my connections and I hunted him down and got his name and all that. And I got his whole, his superiors and all that stuff. So I'm going to shoot them an email when I get a minute to breathe. But yeah, it sucks, man. And I don't want to say the first thing I thought of. One of the first thing I thought of was you and you've heard your story a million times, right? And how you got the phone call and you knew right away.
It's at the wrong hour.
Yeah.
It's like it'd be too early and too late. It's like, it's just this, it's not early enough and it's not late enough. It's like 4:30, like, cause by 4:30, any wild ass phone call would have been done already. Yeah. And, this is too early for a morning phone call, trying to see my day, what's going on. Yeah. 4:30 is like, this is it.
And you certainly ain't hearing from your mom at that hour.
Yeah. And once I heard silence on the other end, hello? I was like, that's a wrap. Yep. Somebody died. I don't know who's about to, who's about to talk, but,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, some bad news is coming.
Yes. And, it sucks too, like you said about the medical exam and all that. Like, dude, first off, Yeah, there's honestly with the addiction, like going out on heroin, there's no good. It is like a terrible scene to show up to. My dad too, also door stuck, so they had to break the door down. Like when I arrived there, I'm like, what the fuck is this scene?
Yeah.
When I arrived there, it was just my mom.
Yeah.
I was the only person there. So I got there and it was so crazy because there was no time. There was no time to process that my dad is dead. Or the fact that my dad is actually dead above the staircase. So I'm about to step over him. You know what I mean? And my mom just comes running over like, oh, you got here so fast. And I just give her a hug. I'm like, I guess I'll deal with my shit later. You know, kind of like you're like, just deal with my shit later and make sure she's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hung out with my dad dead for at least an hour.
Yeah.
And I stepped over him probably 3 more times. I mean, I went out to Wawa twice to get cigarettes and stuff for her. So I'm like literally just stepping over my dad. He's not covered up or anything. Just stepping over my dad, dead. Go down the stairs, walk to Wawa, come back up, step back over him.
Because your mom stayed up there.
Yeah. There's no police and nobody's there yet. The guy, whoever came, like the EMS already came trying to save him.
Yeah.
And then, you look in the bathroom, you could just see like the needles and the hem, like you could see kind of like what it probably looked like when everyone got here to try to save him.
Yeah.
And then, and that's like, I feel like, especially with the heroin, it's like, man, you start to really see and learn the truth of what was really going on. That's when my mom admitted she was doing it.
It was that day?
That day, I was like, you're fucking on heroin? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then she was like, he's been saved so many times. I can't believe they couldn't get him back this time. I'm like, how many times has he overdosed? Like, what the fuck has been going on more than I already knew? You know what I mean? Like, you start to, it's not a pretty way to go out.
No, and it gets real messy.
It's real messy.
There's not like, my dad died in a tragedy, a snowmobile accident, right? And it's awful, but like, it's just cut and dry.
Yeah.
It was just an accident, right? And it's as awful as it is, it was just an accident. And then, but like you said it best where, I lost my sister 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. That's when I lost my sister that I knew. That's when I lost Stacy as herself. Right. And then through the 8 years, there's like glimmers of it, of like good, right? Okay. She's good. No, she's not. Then she's good. Then no, she's not. And then you start realizing like, you're not going to get out of this. You know what I mean? You're not going to win. You know what I mean? Unless there's some serious effort. And to your point with like your mom and my sister's fiance was using too. There's no chance if you and your partner are doing the same struggle. Yeah. There's zero chance of you. You know what I mean? Because your number one person is also your enabler. Yeah. Right. And I use the analogy. Imagine if you and I are, we're trying to lose weight. Right. And I got a moment of weakness and I'm like, yo, Tom, let's go to McDonald's. Let's go fucking hammer some Taco Bell. And I'm like, come on, man. We deserve that. Let's just go do it. Yeah. You're going to be more likely. We'll quit tomorrow. Yeah. You're going to be more likely to be like, you know what? You're right. Yeah. We deserve that. Yeah. Taco Bell. Let's go get it, man. We'll be good. Yeah. We've been good so long. We can cheat a little bit. Yeah. We'll be fine. And so like you're going to be less successful in just a diet, right? Yeah. Because that's an addiction too. We're both fat asses. We want to eat and drink and all that stuff. It's the same thing with something that's even more addictive. That's more of a fucking demon. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's like no chance, and there's very slim chances.
It's in a weird way, it almost lets down to death. It's like, man, like when I was telling, I was like, what, you're sitting there like, what the fuck was all that for?
Yeah.
It's not like, it's like, what the fuck was all that? Like, first off, yeah, you have to lose the person first. Like you got, like my dad, like at some point you go, all right, my dad's like no longer here.
That's
like,
not my dad.
The interactions we're having in public are absolutely crazy compared to the man he was. Like this dude, like, I mean, literally, I remember him like trying to fight a woman one time in the mall. Just like getting inappropriate at dinner tables and saying wild, crazy shit and all the theft, stealing everything. Yeah, stealing all my stuff. I remember one time I was stranded in West Virginia. I gave him a check to mail off before I left to go to West Virginia, and then like I turned around and I didn't have any money in my bank account. I was like, what happened? I was like, damn, he fucking robbed me. So you start losing that person, then you start losing like, damn, that's supposed to be your dad. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. It's like, so you're starting to lose you're losing a leadership role. You're going, wow, people really can just become whatever on drugs. So to the moment where you're like, all right, they're obviously not like trying to fix this. They've already lost the house. You know, got them in an apartment. You know, I got them in an apartment up north. And you're just at this point, you're like, continue to go. You're like, so you guys are still just, you know, you're like, so you're just waiting. So we get the phone call. You're like, well, this was it. I mean, I've kind of been waiting. It's like, you know, because like my dad will call my friends sometimes, you know, with like, yeah, your dad called me last night. Or like, yeah, I picked your dad up last night. I'm like, this is crazy when we're having this conversation because normally my dad would be picking you up, and now like,
I know. Yeah, and
so it makes the death like you're like, well, I guess the train's done.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to like. You're sitting there like, okay,
yeah. There's
that was pointless,
and you can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know, and I think some people struggle with, I could have done more. Like, you probably couldn't have. Yeah. You probably couldn't have done more because I can't do anything that you don't want to do. I can't force you. I can't tie you up and kidnap you and take you to rehab and forbid you from leaving. Like, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. And, short of just doing that, like, we've tried everything. You know what I mean? It's, you know, between money, between phone calls and conversations and trying to have, real conversations with them. Like, you're going to kill yourself and you're going to fuck me and your kids up.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't stop somebody, I can't understand it. I don't understand. If you said something to me like, hey, Jerry, if you don't stop doing this, like, you're going to your kids are going to be fucked. Like, I'd probably be like, all right, well, I'm going to stop that. Right. That's what my logical mind says. They don't see things that way. You know, they can say, yeah, no, it'll be fine. And my sister would always tell my mom, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You know, and my mom lived with it. They lived together. Yeah. So it's like every day, you know, or not every day, but, you know, a lot of times over 8 years of having these conversations, and you got to stop doing this and trying to help. And I don't know. But then did you do too much too? Is there some point of like your help? Is it enabling? Is it saving them too much or giving them a safety net? Is that too much? Right. Because I've talked to her about just kicking her out. Like, and she's like, I can't do that. Like, I can't kick my grandkids out.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, don't do that. Kick her out. And, well, you can't do that. You can't force her out of the house. It's her home. You know, she has a right to live there. You know, that's what I mean by messy. Just so much shit.
Yeah. And they leave behind a mess.
And now that like she's gone, now we have to pick up all those pieces for your bad decisions. Yeah. You made shit decisions. Now your kids are left without a mom, right? My mom's left without her daughter. You know, I'm left without my sister. Now,
and you're probably going to play daddy role. I mean, they don't have a dad that's sober.
Not right now. Or right now he's fucking 7 days sober, right? 6 days sober.
Yeah.
And you know, now I have to tell my kids, right? I have to tell Charlotte, who's 12 years old, and knows.
Did you tell them why?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's you right, as a responsible dad and man, you can't shelter your kids from that.
Because my mom was you know, when my dad first time, she would tell people like, yeah, you know, he had a heart problem, he had a heart attack. I'm like, yo, I said to Mom, first off, I'm not catering any old's lies. I'm like, y'all did enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, someone asked, Dad died on fucking heroin overdose.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not carrying any of your fucking more of your stuff. Like, you want to pretend, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, someone asked me, motherfucker died on heroin overdose.
Yeah.
Doesn't make, because I don't really care about the heroin addict guy.
Mm-mm.
The dad part was great. So I don't give a fuck about, you know, saying the truth about what that person wants.
Yeah. No, and that's, the conversation that, you know, I didn't tell those guys in the morning.
So you have to tell everybody what the fuck heroin is now. Drugs, and now you have to explain more in depth.
Now you go into drug talk with your kids, you know, and I came home, chatted with Pam. She had to roll out to work. She ended up coming back home. She couldn't even stay teaching. She said it was just too much. And got Jerry and Charlotte went up to school, let them have their good day. It wasn't going to drop some heavy shit on them like that. And came home, had a conversation with Jerry, which is a little easier because he's only 8. Well, he'll be 8 in a couple weeks. But and then Charlotte came home, and I sit her down, and I said, look, you know, Aunt Stacey died this morning. And like her fucking eyes just immediately just fill with water. And Charlotte's a pretty tough girl. She's a lot tougher than like I give her credit for sometimes, like strong. And she was locked in. I mean, like locked into my eyes. And I said, she's struggled with drugs for a long time. And I know you didn't know that, yada, yada, yada. She made bad choices. And I said, the choices she made is ultimately what killed her. And, so go on through that conversation, and then it shifts to a drug conversation, and told her, like, and I said, I'm sure you've heard about drugs in school. I'm sure these are conversations. You just know drugs are bad, right? You know that. That's all you know. But here's the reality of it, right? And telling her, like, you know how I drop you guys off. I drop Charlotte and Jeri off of school, or when they leave every day. I love you. Make good choices. Right? That's what we leave them with. And I said, it's not just words. It's because every choice you make is going to have some sort of consequence, right? It's going to have some sort of result. And the choices you make are going to affect you and everybody else around you. And the reason that Aunt Stacy died is because she made bad choices. And now because of those bad choices, now my mom doesn't have a daughter. You don't have an aunt. I don't have a sister. And now we're left with this. And this entire time she's fucking locked in. I mean, she's paying attention and having her little tears. She didn't say much, but tried to really drive that home. Yeah. And I asked her, like, you have questions? You want to talk about it? And she's like, no. I said, all right, well, anytime you have questions about this, you have anything at all pops in your head, you promise me you'll talk to me. Promise me you'll ask me. I'll tell you everything. I'll be completely honest with you. And she's like, no, I'm good. And I said, all right, well, look, I said, do you want to go see my mom tonight? We're going to go over there. She did. So I said, all right. I said, so just do me a favor. I was like, be a good big cousin, be a good, granddaughter. I said, love one mom a little extra. I said, the kids don't know yet. We're going to go over there. Help them play with Katara, her little cousin who's 6, and, play with Michael. You guys, I said, be a good big cousin. And she was like, all right. And, I was able to ask that of her, and she did. She handled it real well.
So who told the kids?
My mom.
Not even their dad.
We were there. Well, he was in the hospital.
Oh, he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
For what massive,
I'll get to that in a second, because that's a fucking wild story. We're sitting at my mom's house, and thankfully the night before, my older niece, Alexis, who's 22, she took the kids, because Michael, my nephew, actually called Alexis and just said, Mom and Dad are sick. And Alexis knew what was going on, and came and got them to spend the night over her house. So thankfully the kids weren't there and when all this happened. That was a blessing, right? And that might have been, the universe is like, hey man, we got to get these kids out of here, because this is what's about to happen. And Alexis comes over, and the kids walk in the door. They got no idea what's going on. And Michael comes in, and he, the first thing he says was, man, I miss mommy. And my mom just fucking ripped the Band-Aid off. She's like, well, come here. She said, you know how Aunt Stacy, or you know how your mom was sick? And he's like, yeah. He said, well, she didn't make it. And Michael just like snapped his head up and looked at her and was like, she died? And my mom said, yeah. And like, he just fucking crumbled. I mean, just crumbled in my mom's arms. And I'll never get that vision out of my mind.
You seen like a little Jeri in there? Like yourself and younger?
Yeah, everything. You know what I mean? And it's because no kid deserves that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he had his moment, bawled his eyes out, had Katara's 6. She's real quiet. Like, she's a quiet kid.
How old is Michael?
8.
Hey.
And Katara's a real quiet girl. She's so sweet, and she really observes everything. She's not like a big loudmouth little kid that's rambunctious. She's really quiet, really sweet, and just kind of observes everything. And Michael had his moment. He went into his room with his older sister, and they had their moment, and he was hungry. So, people had brought over a bunch of food that day. So he sat down and ate, and then my kids were able to kind of distract him, and they kind of went on and just did, Charlotte had them go outside, and they were playing, and while we sat there. But it's just fucking awful.
Yeah, that's the problem. They leave you with that shit. And that's what you got to do to clean up.
That's what I mean, the messiness of it. And
now you got to tell the kids.
My older niece, who's 22, I was 22 when my dad died. Yeah. Now she's 22 when her mom dies. Yeah. And my dad was 43 when he died. My sister was 41. Yeah. And And like my poor mom, my mom had to tell her kids that their dad died, and now my mom had to tell her grandkids that their mom died.
Yeah.
Like nobody deserves that. Yeah. Like that's how cruel and real the world is. Yeah. How the world just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. It's these are just things that are going to happen because of other people's decisions, and now my mom's got to live with that. I'm having telling her like you're doing a lot better and a lot stronger than you're giving yourself credit for.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to hold your physical self together for all this shit, but you don't have a choice. There's what's your choice?
You know, those, when they die like that, they give you a choice to be a coward or either be strong. So you're almost like, I mean, I guess as soon as I found out, I just called my brother. I was like, yo, dad died. Like, just kind of went through right before I left. And he's like, okay.
Was he overseas?
He was overseas, and he was getting ready to go out for the night. And I think he was having his own dad moment, about to have a kid and stuff. He's like, I'm gonna go out and all this, have a good celebration. And then I just call him like, yeah, dad died. So,
what is like buzzkill?
He's like, of course. So you know what I mean? Like, of course. You know what I mean? Like,
can you time this better?
Yeah, like, and not to mention it was Father's Day.
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I forgot all about the Father's Day thing.
So,
oh God Almighty.
They leave you, thank goodness you're strong, because they leave you to clean up. I can remember with my dad, how, like, my mom's like, all right, you need to call everybody, let them know your dad died. And I remember like running through like, hey, dad died. I was like making the phone calls, and at some point I was like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. Like, they're like, someone like some of his friends or something like, fuck, you're a loser. Like, fuck, you figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some of you were probably doing drugs with them. Fuck, I don't know. It's like a man. Like, I'm still cleaning up this dude's mess. No, I'm not mad at my dad. I'm just saying, like, this dude, the druggie, like that part. Like, I'm like, fuck y'all in that inner circle. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember calling my grandfather. He was just more upset for me. I don't know how much he liked my dad. And then,
this is your dad's dad?
No,
your mom's dad.
My mom's dad. And, but he's, he don't have a fucking filter. And, I remember one time, dude, I wanted to deck him. He's so old, but he's like, one time my grandpa was like, oh, you ain't got over that loser yet? I'm like, this dude's so fucking 19, 20 that he's just like, I'm like, if you were younger, I would deck you right now.
Yeah. And so that's the other piece of it, right? I don't like my sister's fiance. Never have. I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
I don't talk to him. You know what I mean? He doesn't really talk to me. And, but at the same time, there's no part of this situation that I want someone to win more than him.
Yeah.
Like, I am fucking rooting for him hardcore, dude. Like, I've said this to everybody. Like, I pray that this is his bottom, and all I want is him to come out and be the best Mike he could possibly be the best dad he could possibly be.
Yeah.
And I am guaranteeing that I'm his biggest cheerleader right now, because the kids deserve that. His kids deserve to have him. And, so it's like all of the things I got to push aside. And it's real. Like, I'm not just forcing it. I want him. I need him to be fucking good. I need you to get your shit together. Get your kids. Yeah, your kids.
They can't have two major failures.
No.
Like, they're going to be fucked up.
No.
They're going to have a lot of trauma. They have two fucking failures. Like, that's why, remember I was like, yo, you need to check. The kids need to know somebody in their life.
Yeah.
is responsible and has got their, like, security. Like,
yeah. And it should not be me. It should not be my mom. It shouldn't be their older sister.
But
it has to be their dad.
We're designed to be the fucking strong one. So if it has to be, it's going to be you.
I know. Well, and that is very true. I hope for the kid's sake and for his sake, because I don't want him to die. Yeah. I don't want him to be in destitute for the rest of his life. Like, I want him to have a success story. Yeah. I really want that. Now, another layer to this shit is, in the whole process of him going through whatever he was going through that night, he fucking broke his back. He fell on something some way and broke some vertebrae in his back.
Wow.
So he was laid up in the hospital. Nobody knew where he was until like 3 days later. I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday because it was right after my football game. My mom told me he finally called her because he didn't have his phone. The cops took their phones.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know my mom's number. Yeah. He somehow got a hold of my mom's neighbor, and he told my mom, Mike's in the hospital with a broken back. So now there's that. He actually just got released from the hospital yesterday. He's in a back brace. I think he had a surgery, and they released him, and he's like, my mom was like, well, you can't stay here. Like, I can't have you here. I got the kids. You come get them or see them or do whatever you want to do. But like, I'm taking care of the kids, and a friend had him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he slept last night, homeless shelter or somebody's couch. I have no idea. His family, apparently he doesn't really have anybody either.
That don't help either.
It doesn't help.
And I'm going to tell you what, the withdrawals are for real.
So that's actually, we don't know yet about as far as how she died. There's a chance that it was withdrawal that killed her. Because apparently when I got some of the other story later on from my mom is what she was experiencing the night before was withdrawal.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten toxicology reports back or none of that shit. That's going to be a while, but that may have been what killed her was the actual withdrawal.
Yeah. Is your mom being like hopeful that she was in withdrawal, not using? I find that the moms,
she
like
doesn't
my mom,
really,
they go into some like trying to paint a better picture for what happened. I'm like, yo, that happened. Like that fucking happened.
She's
like,
not there. She's not trying to paint a better picture. She doesn't really care. She doesn't really care what it was, how it was. The result's the same. Yeah. She is like that. She's kind of like, well, it really doesn't matter. Like she'll catch herself going like, I want to know more. And then she's just like, what does it fucking matter? It is what it is. Yeah. When the cops turned their room upside down searching and they found all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
They found all sorts of shit. And when he was in the hospital, the cops were talking to him and they said, hey, this is what we got. Is there anything else? Mike was like, yeah, there is something else. It's in this thing, in this part of the room, whatever.
So the cop, truth comes. The cop learning more.
Yeah, the cop went back to my mom's house and said, hey, I'm sorry. He told us these things. I got to go in and see. Mom's like, yep, go do your thing. Sure enough, right where he said it was something else. He also gave up names and phone numbers and of like dealers and, started fucking spewing that shit. Cause I guess apparently they go after those guys. Like they'll try to go after them.
I remember the drug dealer said some nasty shit to my mom one time, like pretty much trying to still get her to like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then said some like really off colored shit, to her.
Yeah.
Like I was like, damn, I always wanted to like, give me that guy's number. I'm like, yeah, what am I do? I want to would do more hate in my life. I'm like,
and there's the other piece too. There's a lot of us that will get angry, but for what? Why would you waste
he fucking chose these losers.
Yeah. You cannot let anger, you can't waste your energy right now on being mad at anybody. Yeah. It does nothing but stress you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The biggest goal, man, back then, it just was my mom. It's like, all right, well, this done. Literally, the dude's dead sitting here with us. That's done. Wrap it up. And it's all about my mom now. But sitting there is like when you start, but then, like you say, the truth starts to unveil itself more and more. I'm like, how much were you doing? You got heroin. Wasn't the only thing you guys were doing? This motherfucker was doing crack, meth, all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, so now I understand why his teeth are falling out.
Or apparently straight fentanyl is a thing. People go after straight fentanyl and just snort it.
That's fucking crazy.
Because if you're poor, you can't afford heroin.
Yeah.
So what's the cheapest thing you can get?
I do remember like, the part of, like you were saying, like it's, there's a crazy moment because let's say that was early morning. It's early morning for me. I think I got there probably like 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. And, you're sitting there. I've made the phone calls. At this point, we're just sitting there, just waiting for, the examiner or whatever, whoever grabs the body. Who cares? But then I get to watch everyone else have their normal morning. Mm-hmm. He comes in. He's got 2 rooks with him. He's teaching how to fold my dad up, put him in the bag, how to zip it up. And I'm sitting there like, there it is. Like the sun is coming up as this is happening. Like you start hearing the cars going. Like that was it, man. Like if you'd have just not done that, Like it still goes.
Yep.
It's still going. Like,
Yep.
like just
Choices.
Just choices. It really is a choice. And everyone else is keep going. He's showing them how to move. They move the body out. I'm sitting on the porch just watching the body roll down the street. I'm like, well, never see him again. And, the day's moving and now I got to find my mom a place to live because they ain't going to be here no more. Getting her the fuck out of this place.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm going to go to work and go buy her house and, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what you did, isn't it? Because you put her up in your townhouse.
bro, yeah, moved her and me. I moved to the basement. I slept on the couch.
Yeah.
And then eventually saved up, bought her a house. And,
you're a good son.
good son.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
No, I know.
What else do you do? What else you going to do?
I know. And that's the other thing too, the money. It's like my mom and sister don't have money for a funeral.
Yeah.
Like they got nothing, so who's that fall on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's, trust me, I know. I mean, I remember this. God, man, there's so many crazy stories of just like, I could do a story. We could do a podcast just on the stories before the death.
Yeah.
On all the wild ass phone calls when my parents were losing the house and shit. People like at the door, like, is this, the rights like they want to serve somebody. I'm like, nope. Sitting there.
Dude.
Biggest thing now is those kids, man.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone else is adults. They're choosing what they choose.
Yep.
But the kids, man, and they can't lose, like you're saying, they can't lose twice. Now, what I can tell you from the withdrawal, it is for real.
Yeah.
Like, I remember mom, like, shitting your pants is normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's shitting, like, I can remember my mom just, like, walking out of the bathroom, like, her pants are at her ankles. She's like, I'm just shitting my pants. Like, my dad's dead right there. And she's just having her normal moment. Like, yo, life is wild.
Yeah.
Like inappropriately wild.
It's a reality though. And I think it's more of a reality than a lot of people need to really understand that you can look from and I'm guilty of it. You can look from the outside and say, oh, you're making bad choices. You're doing these things. You know what I mean? Your arm wasn't broke when you did it. And it kind of looks cut and dry, but there's the nastiness of it that I feel like more people need to really know what it really is. Yeah. And you'll never catch me saying it's a disease. I'm 100% against that. It's I'm not saying it's not easy, or I'm not saying it's not hard. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever do in your life. But my friends that died of cancer didn't have a choice. They could have wanted it all they wanted. They could have, trying to get the best help possible, and it would have never ever helped them. Yeah. Right. But if you have an addiction, you do have a choice. You can will it away. You can work really hard. You can get the help that's out there and do the things, and you can beat that. Right. So there's still a choice. You can't choose to not have cancer. You know what I mean? You can't just say, you know what, I'm going to be cancer free today and I'm going to do all those steps to get out of this cancer. You can't do it. So I'll never say it's a disease. It's not. There's a choice. But you've got to know that like it's going to be the hardest thing, and you can't do it by yourself. You cannot beat that by yourself. Yeah. Have you been running through old memories of your sister? Yeah, because that's been the past 8 years during this. Is like my sister that was fun, and that when we did get to hang out a good bit when we were adults and party together and go to bars, and her friends or my friends getting together and having good times. And she has really old friends that are phenomenal, that are family to me. Right? I remember driving around when I was in high school and I could drive and they couldn't. I would take them places and stuff like that. And she even pushed those guys away that were there for her, that were trying to pull her out of it. And she just stayed with it. And I remember telling her before, Stacy, you've got to get rid of these people. You cannot be clean and be around the same people. You have to just cut these relationships off and go hang out with so-and-so and so-and-so. And she wouldn't do it because she was fighting I like these people. They like me. So I'm going to stay here. I'm just not going to do it. But you can't do that. It's a hard thing to do, to cut people off, but you have to fucking make that choice. So, no, I choose to just know that the time before all that, when we were kids and like teenagers and like in our 20s and, like that's the shit that I hold on to. That's who Stacy it was, not who she's been the last 8 years. Was not Stacy. Yeah. It was before then. So that's all I focus on. And, I'm not letting myself get upset about because I more or less cut her off back in Easter. We're sitting in a family Easter dinner and you disappear to the bathroom for 20 minutes and then you come back and you're nodding off at the dinner table with my mom and my grandmom and all our kids, and you're like falling asleep at Easter dinner. And that was kind of like the last straw for me. And I'm like, are you fucking serious, man? And it's like, well, you know what? I can't, I got my own shit. I got my own problems. I got my own kids. I'm not having my kids around that. And the last time I actually saw her was at my grandmother's birthday dinner. She was there. Very obviously, she was fucked up at the dinner there and, slurring her words and the slow blink and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I probably said fucking 3 words to her the whole time, gave her a hug, I'm going to leave because I'm still going to do that. And I remember getting in the car and like talking to Pam, like, what the fuck? Like, you can't even get your shit together for your grandmom's like 87th birthday or whatever the fuck it was. Like, that's what you're going to leave us with. You know what I mean?
It's weird to watch a person just, it's wild to watch. You do it like you said, you slowly lose them. And at some point it's been long enough that's like, fuck, man. You're like,
and that was it. Like I would let.
What are you gonna do? I mean, at this point, the fuck, you ain't even trying to help yourself. No. Well, I can't be around you 24/7 every time you're trying to make a phone call and get to stuff.
No. I got my own responsibilities, and that was the last time I talked to her, and that was in, fuck, man, I think March. No, it was after Easter, so some point late spring, I think. It's sad. I can't remember my mom's birthday.
If you have an addiction family member, it does like they teach you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I remember you still calling me like, I think she took money. Yeah, I'm like, I mean that'll become normal. Like, that would just be like,
Then you started just ignoring the phone calls.
Then you start learning. You're like, okay, so we're not just on a drug. Like we're like doing it. Like we're becoming. I remember crying one time. My voice, I was like, I can't believe my dad's like a fucking drug addict. Cause now at this point, he's like, he's stealing my stuff. He's robbing, you know what I mean? Like, it's just calling my friends for money. It's like, now I have like an actual, like a crackhead essentially walking around like, this is the things we're doing now.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even answer the phone when she would call me. Cause I know if my sister wanted to talk or was just saying hello or just checking in, she would shoot me a quick text and I could tell. But if she called me, I knew she was going to ask for something or whatever. So like I would ignore the phone call. I would shoot her a text basically like, oh, I'm busy, whatever, what's up? And it would be some story, whatever, because I got to make sure it's not like something's going on with my mom. And if it was, she would tell me. She would like text, say, hey, this is going on, whatever. So you start, or like my mom called me and say, hey, Stacey's in jail. If you get a phone call, don't answer. Don't bail her out. Right? Because that's fucking coming too. Just probably a week or two ago, she asked my mom for money. Mom said no. And she's like, don't you dare call my mom. Talk about our grandmother.
Yeah.
And she called my grandmother and like asking her for fucking money.
Yeah, the grandmas usually give him pretty good.
Well, she said no. And like my sister gets all pissed off at my mom because she told her, well, I need money for this. I need $30. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't need that.
We had a friend that we were happy that went to jail, and we were all praying that he got the actual sentence. I was like, this motherfucker needs it. Like, I hope he gets what he deserves. Like, he needs to stay in there a year or two and sober the fuck up. Like, as bad as that sounds, like, there is no better isolation that's going to do it. He got out like right away. I'm like, fuck, man. And it hasn't changed. I'm like, it's funny you say that about the jail. It's like, we were hoping, like, hope he stays in there. Like, that motherfucker needs it. Like,
you hope that, like, the punishments will pull him out of it. And, like, I know for my sister and for a lot of people, there was, like, no punishment enough. My uncle who, he recovered from, he got sober from all sorts of drugs. He went through it. My uncle lost his dad, or his brother, my dad. And then 2 years later, his son was killed in a car accident and his life was falling apart and he went to drugs and lost every fucking thing. I mean, lived like an animal. Like I'm talking, went from losing his house to being in a motel, then from a motel to living on the streets. Yeah. And then all these things. And he finally pulled himself out of it. And, he was saying, you got to hit like your absolute rock bottom. And he says, sometimes you think you're at rock bottom and then you find a basement in that motherfucker and there's more. And then he said, some people don't have a bottom. Some people will just keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, you have to make a decision. He said, he was like, I went to, the first part of like rehab and it was like a room full of people. And he said the the guy leading it, the therapist or whatever the fuck said, you know, you look around this room, all these people, and he said, out of all these people that are in here, he was like, there might be 3 of you that get clean from this. And my Uncle Mike said, I looked around and was just like, well, I feel sorry for the rest of you motherfuckers because it ain't going to be me. And that was his moment. And now he's gotten everything back. He's gotten back to high up in his job and back to everything, right? He's like, but he even says, and I've told him before, like, dude, I'm so proud of you for doing this. And he was like, dude, that ain't shit. He said, it's every day. It is every single day. And he continues to go to meetings. He continues to help people, you know, because he's got a way about him that he has a gift of helping people. He still fucking does it. Yeah. Still involved in the church, helping people in the church. And like, it's a lifelong commitment, you know what I mean, to what he's got to fight, you know what I mean, and look himself in the mirror every day.
And they'll still have to take, like, my mom still takes Suboxone.
Really? He doesn't. He's not on anything.
She once said that she wanted to go to a rehab to get off of that. Mm-hmm. You know, I thought for a while, she's like, cause you had to watch them too. Like, if you're, you know, what's the name gets off it. Like, I remember my mom, she's like, I already did the whole bottle. Like, I'm like, you can do Suboxone. You can just take like a lot of them. Yeah. You know, so they only give you enough. Yeah. You know, to like, and then you got to come back and get more. Yeah. But I think she got like a 30-day, and she like, might have been the first week she already went through them all.
Yeah. And that's another problem too. I mean, and we can go fucking long on this stuff, but that's a fucking problem where the state puts you on basically a controlled heroin. So, and then they keep you on it. And I remember telling my sister when she did probably her best, and I was like, when does this end? When do you get off of this stuff? And she's like, well, they won't let me lower my dose. And I was like, you have to go fucking tell them, I don't want to be on this anymore. Like, I want to be done in 30 days. So whatever we got to do. And she, no, it doesn't work like that. And I don't know. I have no fucking idea how it works. But every day she would have to go to a place and get 1 dose at a time. Yeah. So every day my fucking mom would have to drive her to the clinic, get her dose every single day. And then you miss a day, right? Then you just can't make it or something. And this sounds fucking awful. I feel bad even that I was this person. My sister was like, look, I haven't had my medicine. And she was like, I have to have something because if not, this is going to happen. And she's like, I can go here and get this off the street, right? And I think it was like the medicine, like Suboxone or whatever, methadone. And I fucking drove her to some place on Newcastle Avenue, the McDonald's up there. I drove her to go get that because she had me believe that she needed her medicine. I'm not doing this, but I have to get this, and I couldn't go to this thing. So here's where I can get it. Yeah. Right. And my fucking stupid ass did it. Like, she had me believing that I was doing the right thing.
Dude, I mean, the amount of, like, you eventually, you know, it gets wild because, like, say what my dad.
They get real good at lying.
Yeah, like, even you, I mean, 8 years ago, we're all young. Like, yeah, they get, like, I'm a kid. I'm only, I think I started using as soon as I got in college. Maybe even when I was at the end of high school, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm young 20s. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah. We're not doing drugs. The most my friends do is weed and alcohol. Like, I don't have these experiences. Yeah. And you go from, like, your parents are supposed to be your parents, they're supposed to be your leaders, into, like, you know, you're a hopeful kid. So now they're lying to you. Maybe this is the last time. Maybe this is. Mm-hmm. Maybe it really does. Maybe.
Because you want to believe them.
You want to believe. You don't want to believe that it's that fucking bad. Yeah. You don't even have an understanding of how bad it could actually be. Yeah. No, where I remember my brother was like, yeah, man, it's pretty bad. Like, I see a key bump plate, you know, on top of on the TV. He's like, I don't think you realize what's going on. I'm like, and I don't think I did. And, but like the lies keep going and they keep going. And, to where you're like, they start saying stuff like, dude, I don't even know what the truth is with you. I don't know.
And anymore. Do we, as our loved ones, do we get so hopeful that we tune it out and we like start believing it? Like, we start living in their world, and we start thinking like things are the truth. And does it distort
in the beginning? Yeah,
it distorts us too.
Because you don't want, like, I'm a kid. I don't know. Like, I'm just not used to this. Yeah. So I'm gullible. Yeah. Until like if my parents did it now, I'd just be like, what the fuck are we doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I might just drag you all out of here. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Now, but back then, I don't know. I don't have the resources. You know what I mean? Like, I'm driving a moped, at 4:30 in the morning to a factory to, go work.
Maybe, and I hope to God I never have to experience this again with anybody that's like that close to me. But maybe that's what I do different. Maybe it's like, you know what? I'm going to fucking kidnap you. And this is what we're doing. You could punch me, hate me all you want. Yeah. I don't care because the truth of the matter is I loved my sister more than I loved her and I's relationship.
Yeah.
And if I would have let that be my compass, maybe I could have done something different, but did I focus too much on, our relationship, and it's something that I've learned over the past handful of years is like, anybody, my friends I love, I love Tom more than I love me and you.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to make sure you're okay. If we're not okay, that's fine. But if you're okay, that's really what matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the way you kind of have to be. Yeah. And that's how you be a good friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're doing some shit that I know that's not Tom's moral compass,
yeah.
then I owe it to you to care more about you than us.
Yeah, what was that saying? My love for the kids is greater than my hate for, you.
Yeah.
It's like, put that shit aside, at least for the kids. Like,
yeah. Yeah. And these are things you learn throughout your experiences in life. You know what I mean?
And it's never done. That's the thing, man.
Done.
It's like, this is just a tip. You'll probably still discover more shit.
Yep.
You'll probably still go through more stuff with the father.
Yep.
And then you got the kids. I mean, you can't it ain't cut and dry. You just can't leave them. Like they're I imagine they don't feel safe.
Yeah. And the worst thing about this, dude, I said this yesterday, they're such good fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like they're such good kids. They're well behaved. And the thing is, like my sister and all her faults, it was a good mom.
Yeah.
Like the kids never went without a meal. Like she got them off to school every day.
Yeah.
She cooked them breakfast every morning. She made sure Qatar's hair was done pretty every single day.
Yeah.
When they came home, they had dinner, right? She was there. She never left for fucking days. She never locked herself in a room for days. And my mom had to do all this shit.
Yeah.
My mom didn't have to do anything with the kids. They lived together. Yeah. My sister and Mike took care of the kids.
Yeah.
And they created really good little human beings that they're polite and they're good fucking kids through being in not the best situation.
Yeah.
This would be easier if they were shithead kids. You know what I mean? But because they're so good, they have it. They can live a great life and they can be amazing human beings.
They're going to get older and they're going to realize more and more what things were. They're going to look back at certain moments like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense why that was happening.
Yeah. And hopefully they use that in a good way and they don't use it in a bad, they don't
Honestly,
let themselves.
You know me, I despise Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think it's the shittiest place in Delaware and it breeds all kind of fucking losers.
It does.
It really does. I'm like, the first thing I do, kid them kids out of fucking Newcastle.
Yeah. And Newcastle was not like that 50 years ago. You know what I mean? There was a lot of good everything. We know the old heads and elders that still live up there just because that's where their home is and they're good people.
I mean, I can tell you that all of Newcastle Hills with all my dad's friends, they were all fucking losers. They all fucking died.
Yeah.
They all just.
That's where Mom lives.
Yeah.
She lives right across from William Penn.
Yeah. That's where my dad grew up. Fuck the hills.
Yep. That's where they live.
Yeah.
And, I already told my mom, because my mom keeps saying every once in a while, she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I get past this. And I was like, sell the fucking house. Yeah. You're retiring. Move to Smyrna. Get an apartment. And just live here.
You got to start. I remember when my house was for sale. If you guys don't know, Jeri lives across the street from a childhood house. And then called me, let me know it's for sale. And I called my mom, said, you want me to buy the house back? I can literally buy our house back.
Nah.
But she's like, I don't even know if I could even walk in there.
No, you gotta, and you have to remove your whole self from these surroundings. And now with my mom, it's just bad memories and whatever. That's her home.
Yeah.
She can't afford a whole lot, right? She has a little mortgage. She's, I guess, 10 years in, you know what I mean? But, dude, if you could find a place around for $1,100 a month, one bedroom, it's nice in Smyrna, close to us, completely different surroundings, completely different demographic. And she likes that idea. I think she would do it if financially it made sense to her. Yeah. And we got to let the dust settle. But I'm gonna kind of keep pushing for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of keep pushing. I want you down here, and I could see you every day. I could see you 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
That would make me excited because now I go. sometimes I'll go months without seeing my mom.
But what about the kids?
What I hope at that point,
at this point, they don't have anybody.
No, but what I hope by that point is
what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Mike.
Mike is not going to be a father tomorrow, dog.
No,
this is going to be like he's probably, like I said, get ready because there's probably going to be some relapses. Probably going to be some boxing's fucking taking too many of them. Like it's just the heroin.
I know.
It's no joke. Like my mom told me, she's like, we didn't even do it for fun. Like she's like the withdrawals are so bad. That's the only reason we take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just seems like that thing grips their being.
Yeah. And it's it's a circle. It's like you get good, but then you have to take the medicine to survive. And then when you taper off of that or you miss a dose or then you get loose minded enough or maybe you feel good enough and then you go back and then it's just a fucking cycle.
My fear right now is like they're going to get, in a good place accepting that their mom is gone. And then they're going to be hopeful and say, well, we hope dad is going to be the new hero out of this.
I hope he is.
But that doesn't come overnight.
No, I know it doesn't. And
so
all
like
that
who's monitoring? Like you gotta somebody gotta stay on top of this. Like you can't even let this shit
And that's where I feel.
I got my mom immediately with me. I was like, we're out of this, bitch.
Yeah.
Like wrap this the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like we're out of here. Like if I leave you up here, because I was pretty sure she was going to try to kill herself at one point. She was just going to overdose. Like she was just want to go.
Yeah. And like, I'm glad my mom is like in a good headspace because my mom suffered with addiction. She was an alcoholic for a long time.
Yeah.
And after my dad died and she lost everything too. She lost the house. She went down a bad path and woe was me and all that. And she's been clean now for a long, long time or sober, I should say, for a long, long time. And she's got a good strong head there. She's in a good space. She knows, right? And I really don't think anything like this will pull her back down because she's so far beyond it and is so conscious of me and her grandkids and all that stuff. And she is a extremely, extremely strong woman when she has to be.
So where's Mike now?
She came to my mom's house yesterday, with a friend. He has a good childhood friend that lives in Middletown that's super successful.
In Middletown, okay.
Yeah, super successful.
Are you friends with him?
Who? The friend?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You should get friends with him.
So, yeah, and that's what,
you should get you should know everything.
Yeah.
You should know,
because
you need some narcs.
That's
you need to know, what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because the kids will never know.
That's where my focus on, in addition to my kid or my mom and my niece and nephew, another big part of my focus is I have a responsibility now to Mike to make sure he's good for his kids.
Yeah.
And I'm putting that really heavy on me to make sure, because the goal someday is for him to have the kids. And then they just visit with my mom.
You're a strong man. This is your role. You have even though it's forced on you, that's your fucking role right now.
Yeah. And
that's what it is.
I don't understand how you, as a man, you can't just step the fuck up. You know what I mean? And no. And it's so weak minded. You've got to be stronger than anything.
But hey, I ain't got time to judge either.
No, I'm not. It's not a judgment.
Trying to solve the problem here.
And there's help for you, whether in your friends, your family, me, professional help. It's there.
Yeah.
Are you going to go take advantage of it or not? So let's.
But this ain't with that drug, man. It's just not I'll check back in 2 weeks. This is today could be good and tomorrow could be the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah. I know, and that's what he said something to my mom no, I'm good. I'm good. It's been 6 days. And my mom's like, no, you're not fucking good. You're not out of it. You may be through this withdrawal. You got some medicine in the hospital. You're treated. You feel good now.
Yeah.
But what about when your mind's weak? What about when that fucking devil is pulling on you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's going to happen then? My mom's like, you need to prove to me that you are good. You need to put some time in. And because he was like, I want to take the kids. And my mom's like, no, you're not.
Where do you take them?
What are you going to do? Homeless shelter? You going to take the kids? My mom's like, no. I got the kids now where they're going to be good. You work on yourself and prove to me that you're good to go. Then we'll move to the next chapter, and then we'll move to the next chapter with the goal. If I could paint a perfect world, it's however long it takes, 6 months, a year, whatever. Mike's good, got a job, got a roof over his head, can provide for the kids. He takes the kids, and my mom gets the fuck out of there. And then she could just be a grandmom, but the kids have sleepovers every weekend or something like that. You know what I mean?
I just see myself, if I was you and I had a little sister, I'm just like, good, I got it. But hey, look, I will fuck you up. For real in this. You have no choice but to come back all the way.
Yeah.
and be even more than you ever were sober.
Yeah, and I don't think he has. I don't think he has a support system like that. I don't think he has.
It's you.
It's got to be me. I know.
Like you said, you love the children more than my hate for you.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what it's going to be. So
you know what I mean, because the kids are family. And it's not right for them.
They don't deserve it. They deserve a good dad, like I had, like you had.
Yeah,
that's what they deserve. That's all I fucking want. So I don't know. Take us out of here. We went deep. We went too heavy. That was good therapy, though.
Take us out. Yeah. Hey, look, you got somebody at home struggling with addiction, man. It is not easy. Hey, shit, if you want to call Doodads for some support, let us know. But you got to jump on whatever is out there right away. If you got somebody in your family that's struggling with addiction, I mean, it's probably worse than you think it is. There's probably more lies than you think it is. And especially if it's heroin, it is here today, gone tomorrow. So you can't be like waiting. I mean, you got to jump the fuck on that ASAP. And like we were saying, whatever ego, whatever hate you have for that person, that's all got to go to the side, man. You just got to try and remember who they were before and try to get them back to that. Go fuck yourself.